Jerusalem's history itself reaches back 4,000 years through nearly 24 pasts. The hill of Moriah, which was later to become Jerusalem, was controlled by Jebusites when David came to conquer them in the name of the Lord. But the city was strongly fortified with steep canyons and high walls. David's army stood hundreds of feet below, while the Jebusites jeered from above. David quickly perceived that their drinking water came from just outside their wall. A spring in the Kidron Valley below had been diverted through a short tunnel under the wall, and a shaft was used to pull the water up into their stronghold. The Bible relates how David's nephew, Joab, swam through the flooded tunnel, climbed up the shaft at night, and unlocked the Jebusite gates, allowing David's army to conquer. The tunnel and shaft were used for another 300 years, but always remained a weak spot in the city's defense. It was Hezekiah who lengthened the tunnel to divert the continuously flowing spring to a very large pool within the expanded city walls. The spring was then totally covered, and thereby that access to the city was concealed. Two teams worked from opposite ends, chipping towards each other, but following the softer veins in the stone. Turning and correcting themselves, they finally met, less than 2 feet apart, having carved a tunnel through almost 1,800 feet of stone. The fresh, living spring water that flowed through the tunnel was stored in the pool of Siloam. "2,700 years ago, Hezekiah's tunnel was, and still is, a wonder of human ingenuity. 2,000 years ago, another wonder irritated the Jewish priests as Jesus blessed a blind man by having him wash his eyes in the waters of the pool of Siloam. The blind man was healed by the Messiah, promised from antiquity. He received new sight from the fountain of living waters, and living waters that still flow from a tunnel built in generations before.